The main thing that it did is it destroyed my confidence. It made me this shell of who I really am. It great.
As news about Wendy Williams' health spread, various speculations emerged, including a claim that she is being targeted by industry elites for harm. This theory has allegedly found support from Kanye West, a hip-hop legend who has reportedly voiced his opinion on the possibility of Wendy Williams being eliminated by influential figures in the entertainment industry. Kanye West has been creating a stir by candidly addressing some of the more mysterious occurrences in Hollywood, causing ripples throughout the industry. This has put Hollywood on edge as it grapples with the unfolding revelations of closely guarded secrets. Naturally, online users are hungry for more information, calling for a comprehensive and detailed account of the entire situation.
They can control Shaq, they can control Charles Barkley, they can control LeBron James, they can control Jay-Z and Beyonce.
In a notable rant, the mogul Kanye West elevates the conversation to another level by openly addressing the online speculation surrounding Hollywood sacrifices. A peculiar clip of his discussion has grabbed widespread attention. Surprisingly, West goes a step further by invoking his own mother, emphasizing his firm belief in these alleged occurrences within the industry.
My mama was sacrificed.
Me too.
You understand?
Yeah, I'm Christian too.
Michael Jordan, what about him? His daddy, right?
Kanye firmly stands by his ideas on the matter and doesn't hold back. Before making these comments, he made it clear that he's not afraid to criticize any of Hollywood's wrongdoers or elites. Kanye's ideas have sparked curiosity and concern as he raises questions about the workings of Hollywood and its alleged practices. One person commented, "Ye please be careful, they Haiti people who love the Lord and speak the truth. They took my kids from me until I fought for a straight year. Video and audio document every encounter, no matter how small that will be. The only reason that, and God himself who is your backing, that will bring them babies home to you. We hear you. I know you're telling the truth. Keep speaking it, they will eventually expose their self." To put it simply, Kanye believes that Hollywood has control over certain individuals, and these people fear that their loved ones might be sacrificed by the industry. He even mentioned his own mother's passing in 2007, suggesting she was sacrificed, similar to the late father of Michael Jordan, and the deceased sons of Bill Cosby and Dr. Dre.
Bill Cosby, his son, right? Dr. Dre, his son. You're out in Hollywood, a lot of people come up missing.
According to Kanye, the motive behind Hollywood's actions is all about control. He believes that the industry's elites not only manipulate people, but also subject them to mental torture.
In order to control, traumatize, they want to monetize and traumatize. And God loved me. You understand it?
He went even further by exposing some of the biggest names in the industry who he claims are influenced by satanic powers. Shockingly, one of these names was Minister Louis Farrakhan, who defended Kanye in a video posted on a website. Despite the defense, Kanye took his name into the mix, adding to the alarm and intrigue surrounding these disclosures.
And just for Minister Farrakhan, I love you, but the way you read that, I took that as a slight. You know what I'm saying? I'm taking no disrespect from nobody, so let's get on the phone and let's talk that out.
And now it looks like Wendy Williams is the next target. It has been revealed that Wendy Williams has been diagnosed with primary progressive aphasia and frontotemporal dementia, as confirmed by her medical care team. This diagnosis was delivered last year, and Wendy's healthcare professionals acknowledge that these conditions have posed substantial challenges in her life.
Always said she wanted to come back to daytime television, but she has an even bigger challenge than anyone would have imagined. We're learning that the former talk show host has been diagnosed with a form of dementia.
Despite facing significant challenges, Wendy Williams continues to manage many aspects of her life independently. Her medical team highlights that she retains her trademark sense of humor and is receiving the necessary care to support her overall well-being. Wendy herself expresses gratitude for the kindness and good wishes she has received during this difficult period. Aphasia, as described by Mayo Clinic, is a condition that robs you of the ability to communicate, affecting speech, writing, and language comprehension. It can occur suddenly after a stroke or head injury, or gradually due to conditions causing progressive damage. Since being diagnosed with aphasia and frontotemporal dementia, Wendy Williams has been collaborating with specialists at Weill Cornell Medicine. It's noteworthy that FTD is the same condition Bruce Willis was diagnosed with last year, following a prior diagnosis of aphasia in 2022.
Wendy and her care team just released a statement that she's been diagnosed with primary progressive aphasia and frontotemporal dementia.
Wendy Williams has faced a series of health challenges, including Graves' disease, lymphedema, and struggles with SA. In April 2023, she sought treatment for what was referred to as cognitive issues and has since been placed under the care of a court-appointed legal guardian. Her sister, Wanda Finney, and niece, Alex, shared insights in this week's cover story with People, noting a positive change in Wendy's condition following her decision to seek treatment. She sounds really great. To hear my aunt now in terms of just how clear she is, just how focused she is on the importance of family, and the reality in terms of facing and understanding where she's at physically and mentally and emotionally, it is like a 180, said Alex. I don't know what is working, but I do know that when she did reach out to me, it was a person who is remarkably different than what we see in that documentary, Wanda shared, referring to Where is Wendy Williams? With both Bruce Willis and Wendy Williams grappling with the same disease, it's understandable for Bruce to express concerns for her well-being. However, Wendy's health challenges have prompted her legal guardian to take legal action against A&E Television Networks, the parent company of Lifetime. Sabrina Morrissey, who is currently serving as Williams' temporary guardian, has filed a sealed lawsuit against the network, as revealed in court documents obtained by Page 6.
Wendy Williams is being labeled as crazy, substance abuse, out of her mind, and now we have this progressive aphasia and frontotemporal dementia.
The specific details of the sealed lawsuit are undisclosed, but it is evident that Sabrina Morrissey, Wendy Williams' temporary guardian, is seeking a temporary restraining order and an order to show cause for an injunction. The reasons behind this legal action are unclear, but the restraining order could potentially be utilized to halt the release of the Where is Wendy Williams two-part documentary or any related project. Notably, the court documents were filed just before the scheduled airing of the documentary, which Wendy Williams had executive produced. The documentary was set to air on Saturday, and a hearing has been scheduled for the following week to determine whether the document should remain sealed. The timing of the documentary's release before the hearing date raises the possibility that a judge could swiftly make a ruling on the lawsuit ahead of the scheduled meeting. In addition to these legal developments, it has been revealed by a family friend in a recent radio interview that Wendy Williams relocated to Florida in 2023. During a wellness check, radio host Miss Jones discovered that employees at Wendy's previous residence mentioned the inquiry was several months too late. Did they sell the unit? Is it on the market? Jonesy says of her initial reaction to the shocking revelation, going on to add, they said, well, you know what happened? She was getting better. She was coming around and then she started getting sick again because her family's in Florida and people were coming in her circle that they weren't familiar with, like they couldn't get access to her when they wanted. They moved her down to Florida. The reported relocation to Florida, coupled with revelations about Wendy Williams' health, has triggered concerns within her family regarding potential exploitation by her team. Williams' son has publicly asserted that decisions on behalf of his mother were being made by her team, to the extent of freezing her out of her bank accounts.
You know, the legends, KRS-One, you know, you put me in there and all of a sudden it's like, oh no, Wendy's a talk show lady. No.
Wendy Williams, who has kept a low profile in the media since concluding her syndicated talk show in 2022, is rumored to be working on a new reality series. Reports from last April suggested that she had been filming at her childhood home in Asbury Park, New Jersey. Despite spending her early years there, her family moved to the predominantly white suburb of Wayside in 1970 due to racial unrest. Known for her transparency about her early life and challenges, especially her struggles with addiction, Wendy Williams may be undertaking her most personal project yet with this reported reality series. According to The Sun, Wendy Williams has embarked on a nationwide journey to film content for the upcoming reality show. The series is expected to include an emotional return to her childhood home in New Jersey. While specific details about the main focus of the show remain undisclosed, the fact that filming is taking place in her hometown suggests that Williams is ready to share previously unseen aspects of herself with her fans. The landscape of celebrity-hosted talk shows has evolved significantly since Wendy Williams' distinctive style dominated the scene. Current successful programs such as Kelly Clarkson's return to the singer-hosted Variety Hour and the Drew Barrymore show's upbeat vibes deviate from Williams' mold. However, the conclusion of the Wendy Williams show emphasizes the uniqueness of her style, which played a pivotal role in redefining the daytime talk format when the show debuted in 2008. Fans expressing a longing for Wendy Williams amid her absence have raised suspicions, especially considering her history of a 20-year feud with Sean Diddy Combs. Allegations of SA and physical A against Diddy in various lawsuits have reignited fans' interest in a Wendy Williams comeback. However, the challenges of making a successful return after a prolonged feud with Diddy are evident in their history. Wendy Williams, renowned as the queen of entertainment news and gossip, consistently addressed celebrity rumors and raised concerns about Combs throughout her media career. The persistent conflict with the music mogul may have contributed to setbacks in her professional journey. Now, as fans eagerly anticipate a Wendy Williams return, the lingering shadow of past conflicts with Diddy adds an extra layer of complexity to the prospect of her comeback.
You know, my thing about when you date a mogul, like he can hire a plane right now.
Wendy Williams began her career with New York City's Hot 97 radio station in 1994, a time that aligned with the ascent of the Bad Boy record label. Sean Diddy Combs founded Bad Boy Records in 1993 through a joint venture with Arista Records, according to the BBC. Bad Boy Records quickly became synonymous with iconic talents like the Notorious Big, Lil' Kim, Mace, Faith Evans, and Total. These artists enjoyed substantial airplay on radio stations, including Hot 97, where Wendy Williams played a crucial role in shaping the media landscape during that period. Hot 97 launched around the time that Bad Boy launched. Former Bad Boy president Kirk Burrows said during an interview with the podcast The Art of Dialogue in 2022. "We came with records that helped the rotation to be fulfilled." In a 2009 episode of the Wendy Williams Experience radio show, Wendy Williams shared a recollection from her time at Hot 97, where she claimed that Sean Diddy Combs had allegedly instructed members of Total, an all-female R&B trio associated with his Bad Boy record label, to confront her. She recounted the incident, stating, "I got off the air one day. Them Total B were downstairs, and everybody upstairs at the radio station was looking down, egging it on, waiting for something to go down." Williams explained that her boyfriend at the time intervened and prevented the situation from escalating further. The internet comment you mentioned suggests that Wendy Williams had been exposing Sean Diddy Combs and others for their alleged misconduct while she was on the radio. The comment specifically claims that Diddy attempted to get Total, an R&B trio associated with his label, to confront her. In a 2022 interview, there was a discussion about the 1990s East Coast-West Coast feud involving Bad Boy and Death Row Records, shedding light on Wendy Williams' role. According to the interviewee, Combs' infant son and the child's mother, Misa Hilton, allegedly received payment to pose for a picture with Combs' rival, Suge Knight.
Back to the east, that she was there in the office and that Suge was meeting Justin Combs and possibly holding him in his arms, and that there was a photographer taking a picture.
News spread along the East Coast that Misa had made an appearance at the office during Suge's meeting with Justin Combs. Speculations arose about a photograph being captured during the encounter. Burrows conveyed dissatisfaction, stating that the portrayed situation did not align with the desired image. This led to a swift response from the Bad Boys team, urgently stepping in to prevent the photo from becoming public.
And that wasn't the picture that we needed to see on our end or that we wanted the world to see. At all.
Unexpectedly, Williams got wind of the photo and hinted at a significant announcement on her syndicated radio show. This prompted the Bad Boys team to quickly intervene and prevent its spread. Following this, Williams formulated a theory proposing that Combs had been involved in intimate relationships with other men. Back in 1998, during her tenure as a radio personality, Wendy Williams aired her on-air speculation that Diddy might be gay. Reportedly, upon learning of this, Diddy took measures to have her dismissed, initiating a feud that persisted for 2 decades.
Wendy Williams was announcing in her super highly rated afternoon show that might have been even syndicated then, that she had big news coming that involved Justin Dior Combs.
The situation reportedly escalated to the extent that Diddy sent a girl group from his label to confront Williams. She recounted the incident, stating, "Once upon a time, there was a music mogul who sent his all-girl group to beat my A in front of the radio station." Williams continued, describing the aftermath. "I finish my shift, round up my headphones to see everyone lined up on the side of the window, looking down at the sidewalk. Upon reaching the ground floor, she claimed to witness this girl group jump out of a gypsy cab to kick her A. If the rumor mill is correct, that girl group was was Total, once signed to Bad Boy Records, and the music mogul was Diddy. She claimed to have received a photo depicting a man purportedly pulling down Combs' shorts while he was vacationing in Cancun. In a 2022 Art of Dialogue interview, Combs' former bodyguard Gene Deal asserted that Combs orchestrated Williams' dismissal from her position at Hot 97 before she could discuss the photo on air. The power Combs had with the radio stations in New York didn't breathe hard if Combs didn't want them to. Combs got one of the hottest DJs off Hot 97 because she wanted to put up a picture of him getting his pants pulled down, Deal said. Combs told Hot 97 if they didn't get rid of her before he got back in New York, that they was not going to get any music from any of his friends, any of the record label's executives that was cool with him. Everyone was going to boycott their station. We was out in LA for about 3 days, Deal added. Before we landed back in New York, Wendy Williams was in the radio station in Philly. It was over for her. She was fired. In a 2013 interview with Vlad TV, Williams reflected on her departure from the New York City radio scene, linking it to discussions about homophobia in hip-hop. She stated, "There was a radio personality once upon a time. Her name was Wendy Williams, and she was practically burned at the stake for talking about such. Now it's all come full circle. There were many situations back in my career, and it's all coming full circle." This remark highlighted the challenges and backlash she faced for addressing certain topics during her career. According to a report by Wrap Up, Wendy Williams admitted to harboring lingering resentment towards Diddy due to her perception that he attempted to sabotage her career. In her book, The Wendy Williams Experience, she wrote, "The hell he put me through, I will never forget, but I don't hate him." In 2017, Diddy appeared on Williams' show to publicly end their 2-decade feud. Williams had expressed a hope for such a reconciliation, though she considered it unlikely. As the interview began, Williams acknowledged her past actions, stating, "I know I've pissed a lot of people off, including you, but this is a full circle moment." Diddy appeared to accept the olive branch, engaging in a conversation with Williams about personal matters, including his then-girlfriend Cassie, expressing, "I'm in love now." In light of recent revelations, a notable moment occurred when Williams speculated on her televised talk show in 2015 about Combs possibly displaying controlling behavior during a temporary split with his then-girlfriend Cassie Ventura.
I was asked during our morning meeting, do I think that she wasted 11 years? I said, well, in a lot of ways, yeah, because, you know, when you're in your...
Articulating her perspective, Williams discussed the difficulties of being in a relationship with a mogul, underscoring the unpredictability of their presence. She voiced concerns about the likelihood of moguls making surprise appearances, illustrating scenarios such as arranging for a plane to land on a hotel roof, compensating front desk staff, and gaining entry to a partner's room. Williams conveyed unease about these potential actions, emphasizing the challenges inherent in managing relationships with influential individuals.
Puffy introduced her to a world that she would never know. Because I still, for the life of me, and I like you, Cassie, and hi, Puff, but I still don't know what Cassie does except for walk around and look pretty.
In November, Ventura took legal action against Combs by initiating a lawsuit, alleging charges of Pennsylvania, and emotional mistreatment. Ventura, who was contractually associated with Bad Boy, asserted that Combs had her with the intent of involving her in activities with him and others, including Additionally, she provided intricate accounts of the tumultuous nature of their 11-year relationship, shedding light on instances of severe violence.
She alleges that, Diddy, he'll make her look online for BBCs for their freak-out sessions. And she say that, in this lawsuit that, Diddy, he enjoyed.
Remarkably, a mere day after Ventura filed the lawsuit, Combs and his legal representatives reached an undisclosed settlement with her. After more than a decade in a relationship with Combs, Cassie made serious allegations, citing multiple incidents of including violent beatings and harassment, throughout their time together. The New York Times first brought these distressing accusations to light, outlining a disturbing narrative of Combs exerting control over every aspect of Cassie's life. The lawsuit paints a grim pattern of violence, and that persisted until the relationship ultimately came to an end in 2018. In a statement provided to the Times, she expressed that after years in silence and darkness, she was finally ready to tell my story and to speak up on behalf of myself and for the benefit of other women who face violence and in their relationships. A spokesperson for Combs, known by various monikers such as Puff Daddy, P. Diddy, Diddy, and Love, vehemently denied the allegations, categorizing them as offensive and outrageous. The representative asserted that these accusations surfaced only after Ventura purportedly sought a $30 million settlement from the mogul.
And Cassie, whose real name is Cassandra Ventura, they're saying tonight that the two have settled a lawsuit she filed against the mogul yesterday in Manhattan federal court.
The statement further stated, Miss Ventura has, with baseless and outrageous lies, aiming to tarnish Mr. Combs' reputation and seeking a payday. Ventura's legal representative informed the New York Times that she had been offered 8 figures to silence her and prevent the filing of this lawsuit, an offer she reportedly declined. Additionally, the legal complaint contends that Ventura experienced SA, asserting that she was purportedly pressured into engaging in non-consensual activities in various cities. In 2015, the legal filing claims that Combs subjected Ventura to a brutal beating, resulting in her having 2 black eyes, a burst and bruised lip, and a huge welt on her forehead, prompting his security guard and assistant to tears upon witnessing her injuries. As per Ventura's accusations, she was allegedly compelled to isolate herself in hotels until her bruises healed consistently.
Says that not long after she met him in 2005, when she was only 19 years old, he began a pattern of control and abuse that included.
Under Diddy's initial guidance, Cassie ascended to stardom with the release of her self-titled debut album in 2006. The album featured the hit single Me and You, showcasing Cassie's undeniable talent and allure. Nevertheless, the music industry landscape was not devoid of its challenges and controversies.
I'd rather lose a lover than to love a loser. So I'd rather lose like the love of my life than to love a guy that's just whack. And I think the experience.
Criticism of Cassie's career under Diddy often revolved around the perception that she was sometimes treated more as a fashion accessory or arm candy for the music mogul, overshadowing her identity as a singer and artist. Despite her undeniable potential to make a mark in the music industry independently, the spotlight on her personal life frequently overshadowed her musical endeavors. And these twists went to her case too. It is believed that Diddy has used his influence and power to pressurize Cassie to settle the suit. This is evident from his famous, powerful legal team too. One of his lawyers is John Huston, who is known for his unparalleled skills in law. John Huston has earned accolades as the best lawyer of his generation, with a commanding reputation for his trial advocacy, according to Chambers. Recognized as one of the top trial attorneys in the country, Huston has been honored as a National Trials MVP in 2022, a Lawyer of the Decade from 2010 to 2020, and twice as a California Lawyer of the Year. His achievements include the successful recovery of $5.15 billion after trial. Now, in Wendy's case, similar speculations arise. Given Wendy's inclination to speak openly, there are suspicions that Diddy may have inappropriately utilized his influence to have her dismissed. 2 years later, Williams and Combs experienced a reconciliatory moment, marked by a surprising turn of events when the record label owner made a guest appearance on Williams' show. "I know I pissed a lot of people off, including you, but this is a full circle moment," Williams candidly expressed to Combs, revealing that she hadn't seen him in 15 years. Acknowledging his nervousness about appearing on the show, Combs praised Williams for being one of the pioneering hip-hop journalists. In an unusual departure from her typical style, Williams asked Combs a series of softball questions, focusing primarily on his children and charity work. The conversation then shifted to Combs promoting his latest project at the time, an upcoming documentary detailing the history of Bad Boy Records. As African-American men and women, we needed to have a story that had a good ending, a success story, he told Williams. However, during another one of Combs' intermittent relationships with Ventura, Williams openly discussed the breakup on air in 2018. She asserted that Ventura had invested her time in a man 17 years her senior, suggesting that it was a waste. About a week after the announcement of the split, Combs took to social media in an attempt to reconcile with Ventura. In response to the publicized saga, Williams offered her perspective, cautioning against the use of social media for such matters. She remarked, "I suggest don't use social media, though, to reach out." This was a grand overture from Combs. "I don't believe he really wants her or wants her back. I believe he probably treated her at some particular point like a possession. If you really care, then you'd reach out privately, not publicly." Wendy re-entered the spotlight when Aubrey O'Day brought up Diddy. In one of her show's episodes, Wendy Williams delved into the controversy surrounding former Danity Kane member Aubrey O'Day and her allegations against Diddy. Williams initially praised Aubrey, dubbing her the beyond fiancé of Danity Kane, but the tone swiftly shifted. Directly addressing Aubrey, Williams stated, "Aubrey, you know I like you, but I'm calling it like I see it. You're more successful at reality TV than you are with music. I don't know one Aubrey or Danity Kane song, and that's real. Do you? Clap if you do." Only a handful of audience members responded before Williams listed the reality television shows in which Aubrey has been featured. Continuing her commentary, Williams remarked, "So, she's good at that, but maybe not so much with the singing. Listen, Aubrey, sour grapes. He might not have finished with Danity Kane, but maybe that's because you all thought you were bigger than you really were and you weren't listening to the master." Williams emphasized Diddy's influence by mentioning artists like Lil' Kim, Faith Evans, Mary J. Blige, Biggie Smalls, Janelle Monáe, French Montana, and Machine Gun Kelly, suggesting that Aubrey should reconsider her perspective. Williams concluded with a straightforward message saying, "Get your facts." Aubrey caught wind of Williams's words and made the talk show host an offer. "Ma, you got so much to say when I'm not sitting in front of you. Why don't you be a real one and run your mouth like this face to face? I dare you. I'll clear my F calendar." The 13th season of The Wendy Williams Show in 2022 unfolded with a conspicuous absence, its namesake host, Wendy Williams. This triggered widespread speculation about her personal life, including rumors about potential health issues or struggles with addiction. With Wendy's noticeable void, a succession of guest hosts such as Leah Remini, Fat Joe, Michael Rappaport, and Remy Ma took turns filling the hosting role. Public attention and speculation heightened during this period, giving rise to various accusations and rumors, some of which involved Diddy. Producers eventually announced that Sherry Shepherd would be Wendy Williams' replacement, prompting a response from Williams' spokesperson. Acknowledging the realities of syndicated television, the spokesperson remarked, "You can't go to the marketplace and sell a show that's the maybe Wendy show." So the series of events in Wendy's life has led many to believe that something significant is amiss in her experiences within the industry. That's it for today. See you in the next video. Until then, goodbye.